And one of the things that I talk a lot about with folks as they come in to full funnel with long histories, big databases, lots of previous customers, broadly speaking, they have a lot of history, is I try to go and make sure they understand the importance of having a really fundamentally solid database for their target addressable market. Most companies adopt this kind of like hoarders style mentality for their CRM system. They just every contact humanly possible was put in there from God knows what behavior. And they tend to sort of not understand how important it is to have that sort of endpoint CRM database be very, very accurate. And the reason is so that it supports the next action that you're going to take when you're trying to do go to market or you're trying to do demand generation, which is that you need to process the market. Right. For most B2B companies, and I'd argue pretty much almost everybody, they live in a quantified market, which is that you can quantify the number of businesses that are in your market that you can sell to. When you get to that point, the reality in 2025 is like finding a digital footprint for every single business is pretty easy. And you can then monitor what those businesses are doing and you can approach all of those individual businesses. I like to think about processing a market where I'm processing blocks of prospects. And those prospects should end in one of four terminal endpoints. The first is that for whatever reason, you can never get in touch with these prospects or companies, regardless of how much time you spend attempting to get in touch with them. And you can set your own threshold for when that is, but maybe, and this is a rarity, there should be that you've never been able to get in touch with them. The second is that you've gotten in touch with them and they've given you a hard no. They have told you to pound sand. They have no interest in your offering. They have no interest in your company. The third is that you've gotten in touch with them, you've interacted, and they are interested, but it's not yet the right time. The biggest volume should be in this bucket, which are people who have a pre-existing solution or have not reached sort of the threshold of a pain point where they're going to take financial action to remedy it. That, by the way, is the demographic that you want to spend the most time monitoring and building that sort of military intelligence information using clay tables and things like that. And then lastly, you have your last fourth terminal endpoint, which is that you've interacted with them and they want to begin sales process discussions. So when you think about going to market, you're a new CRO, a CMO, vice president of sales and marketing, too many folks sort of just approach essentially just pissing in the wind. Like the way they deploy capital, the way that they sort of strategically go after things, it's so general and high level. And it's 2025, you can get out of control specific, and you have to think about processing these B2B prospects in this type of format. And I don't care if you're in marketing and you're used to just doing like broad-based ads, like you can do so much more than that now. You don't get a pass on being granular because you're in marketing. And salespeople, I mean, the bad behavior's just got to stop, right? Like at some point, you have to start treating this like it is, which is a science project.